Hey there, Munchie Mafia. We're trying a slightly different thing here. Still trying to figure out how to get the camera closer. We're figuring it out though. So, how is everybody so far? I think we'll wait for a couple minutes. How many do we have in here? Let's see here. Do. Munchkins, munchies. Yes, munchies. Munchie Mafia. Hello, Derek. Hope your ride is doing okay. Derek may or may not be joining us tonight. He is on the way to Charleston this evening. Sounds exciting. So how's this view so far? Is this a little better? Okay. Lighting seems to be okay. Okay, so today we are making bacon jam, and I got this beautiful extra thick double smoked bacon. It's right here. And this is going to be the first thing that we're going to put in a pot. But before I do that, I need to make sure that we cut the onions, and we're going to be doing a medium dice. So let's get started. I'm just going to go and make our little scores. I got to remember to put a towel underneath my cutting board because that's really loud. So my apologies. Can you all hear me okay? Just want to make sure that I'm not over modulating and not being too quiet at the same time. So there's that. I don't know what's worse, not being able to see with my glasses on, or being able to see what I'm doing, but not being able to see past the table here. That's kind of funny. So all right. So here we go. We're almost done. Didn't want to do all the onions because we need to have an onion thing. But bacon is pretty self-explanatory. Nice big, chunks. Not huge chunks, but pretty decent sized chunks. We're going to render that down. So what else we've got here is this is 3 onions, and this is the onions. This is the size that we're looking for. Then we also have dark brown sugar. We got 2 cups of that. We've got 3/4 of a cup of apple cider. That is coffee. This is a 1/2 cup of coffee. And this is 1/2 cup of balsamic. We're also going to use honey. I'm not sure about the stone ground mustard, but we're going to deglaze the pan with a shot of rum. And then I also forgot to grab this. It's called Crown Maple Bourbon Barrel Aged Syrup. This is 100% maple. Don't use the cheap stuff because that stuff's got a lot of high fructose corn syrup in it. So we're going to take a pan and we're going to turn that on, separate our bacon a little bit. As you can see, it's about an inch, and these are thick pieces, so it might take a little while to render down. But at least I get an opportunity to, pop into chat a bunch to chit chat and whatnot. Okay, so there we go. It's broken up a little bit. Hi, Leroy. Go away. So that's the first thing right here is going to be the bacon. We use this as a garbage bowl. Now what I like to do is I like to add just a little bit of citrus to it. And normally this does not look again. And I don't know if you're going to be watching the playoffs, but if one of your teams is playing, I hope they do well. Okay, there's that. Garbage bowl, ding. Okay, so I'm just going to scoop this in to the rum, just so that we can just get it out of the way. All right, let's see here. Take these gloves off, they're icky. Put on a new set. And we got a little bit of happiness starting. It's just kind of meh, you know, so we're just going to give it a little stirry stir. This here is called a roux whisk. And yes, I'm not making roux, but I think it's a multi-purpose tool for doing bacon because, you know, I can just go in there and just go tick, 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 and it separates all the little pieces and stuff. Had this for forever. Okay. Let's see how it's going in chat. You need these mixing bowls in your life, Tiger. Okay. Oh boy, Dory's just really, really talkative today. Wow, Sophie. 1.4 degrees. That's horrible. I'm so sorry. We're about ready to go into a heat wave. It's supposed to be in the 50s all next week. But it's a little bit chilly. So yesterday I was hoping to be able to get a batch of this done in advance. But yesterday we had a little bit of an emergency. We now have a waterfall feature in our media room. It's a hole, and it's all bubbled up there, and everything's all soaking wet. And Timmy's laptop's probably ruined, but I don't know. We'll see. So we're just waiting to have that fixed. Thankfully, right now it's not raining. So that was my fun for the evening yesterday. And all right. Now, we don't want to cook this down all too horribly much. We don't want to take it to crispy. the point where it turns to ash in your mouth. We want to get it rendered off as best as we can, and to the proper level of limpy bacon doneness. Let's see here. Scoot that over, and it looks like my gluten-free stuff is arriving in the next few days, so we're going to do some cookies. That's what's coming up next. And that smoked salmon dip, it was just freaking amazing. If you hadn't seen the video yet, that is the second video that we made. And yeah, we ate that little dish, and then Timmy came back into the kitchen and grabbed the big bowl, and we hit that pretty hard. That stuff was so good. Oh God. Next day we ate that again, and I need more of that in my life. Mason caught a really big fish today, and he's got the Mason Hiffner channel. So if you go down to my like and subscribes, you'll see his link there. And Derek with the food boat. Everybody knows the food boat. But if you don't know the food boat, go check him out. And they hit some milestones. Food boat got to 2,000 recently. Mason got to 100. So congratulations, guys. All right. How we doing? Yeah, the roof is going to be $2,000 just to fix that one little piece. It's just freaking crazy. I don't even think it's even 7 years old. Is it? Is it 7 years old already? 16? Yeah. All right, so we're hearing some stuff going on, and it's rendering nicely. There you go. We're still not there yet. Hi, Dory. I don't know if you guys can see Dory. Can you see Dory? Barely. She's wearing her little purple hoodie today. She's kind of outgrown her other one. And just so you all know, we are expecting. So we're going to have a gender reveal party live in what 4 to 6 weeks. So if anybody wants to place your bets on whether our new family edition is going to be male or female, because we don't even know yet. We won't know. We decided that we just didn't want to know just yet. But we're really excited. Yes. Going to be at 1 o'clock by this time next week. It's going very slowly. I hate electric stoves, but we don't have natural gas out here because we live out in the shadows of Mount Rainier. Halfway up Mount Rainier. And our house is 124 years old. One of these days I'll have to share the original picture of the original owners. We actually got that from the previous owner when we bought the house. Okay. So I'll have to scan it and put it up so that y'all can see it. It's a pretty cool house. I would really love to do a renovation, not only to the kitchen, but also to the outside. I want to put the balcony back onto the front. I don't know what the original staircase looked like, but I really hate our staircase right now. It's a spiral staircase, and it's such a pain to get anything upstairs. And unfortunately, our windows are too small to fit a full-size box spring up the stairs. Okay, so we're getting there. We're going to add the onions now. And what we want to do is we want to get these to caramelize. All right, don't look at my cabinet. No. No. Why is that in there? That's empty. My cabinet's just crazy. All right. Stirry, stirry, stirry. Flippy, flippy, flippy. All right. Yes, we're cooking down the bacon and the onions now, Captain Brian. And we're just waiting on that. And yes, this is probably going to take for freaking ever, but you know, it's Friday night. I have nothing else to do. I don't know about you all. Hey, Mason. I didn't see you sneak in. Scroll up and check the gender reveal story I shared. So my friend had a miscarriage, so instead of having inside the donuts is pink or blue, she had chili fields like red and told the whole family that she had a miscarriage. Oh dear. Wow. That's tragic. I had one before my other kids were born, so I just can't imagine doing a gender reveal for a miscarriage. Pretty tragic. I'm so sorry. All right, so now we're getting little brown bits in the bottom of the pan, and they're looking nice and pretty. And we want to use that that rum to break away those bits. One thing I like about using my roux whisk is I can just go in there and just kind of just gently, you know, scratch it away, and everything's all hunky-dory. This stuff smells really, really, really delicious. Now, there's a lot of recipes online. I'm not going to say that, you know, one recipe is better than the other or that my recipe is the best. You know, it is what it is. It's all a matter of, you know, perspective, I guess. And so if you don't quite like this one, then you can always go and check out some others. There are quite a few out there that actually put a lot of fruit in theirs, which, you know, it's kind of like a mostarda de fruta. Except for that doesn't generally have bacon, but I do a mostarda de fruta type of bacon jam, which is very fruit forward, and it has Instead of bacon, it has pancetta. I usually use a red wine to deglaze the pan. All right, we're getting there. Arm's getting a little tired. So one of the things that you can use bacon jam for is for appetizers. And if you get like a nice flavored goat cheese, you can put it on a crostini, which is a slice of baguette that's been grilled. And then you put a little bit of goat cheese on the top of that, and then you put some of the bacon jam on top of that, and then you can either decorate it with like a slice of apple or like a piece of cherry tomato. Huh? Deglazing is when you take when your pan gets to the point where you got little bits in the bottom of it. It helps to cook off those bits and re-release it back into the food. And it just, because that's where all the flavor is. Oh, there we go. Now I can see some. So it's right here. We're doing pretty good here. Let's see. Okay. Is she stomping her feet? Okay. Timmy, I'll be right back. He's got to take the puppy outside. Or not the puppy, but she's a 7-year-old, but she's a perma puppy. All right. Now go with Daddy. Now, the last one that we did, I seem to have broken the on-off switch on my food processor. So rest in peace, Frankie, the food processor. You'll be missed. We'll probably have a burial for him next week. Not literally, but you know what I mean. Okay. So now this is starting to really smell nice. Just going to let it do its thing there for a little bit. I'm going to come over here and check on you all. Tiger, did I get a chance to explain that? Oh, did he? Oh, no. He doesn't like being on the camera. He's shy. So, wow. Blow it up. Blow what up? The kitchen? Surprised I haven't set my hair on fire yet. I'm sure that's coming. Okay. Move this around a little bit more. Starting to get some really good color, but we want it to go just a little bit more. And so the next one is probably going to be pizzas. So we might do pizzas, and then after that, we'll do cookies. How does everybody feel about fish and chips? Would you all like to see some fish and chips? And scratch-made tartar sauce and all sorts of stuff? Or maybe some coleslaw to go with it? Would you like to see a whole entree done? Yes, absolutely. Okay. I got a really good fish and chip recipe. And in case anybody is gluten-free, there's a way to make it gluten-free by just using club soda instead of the beer. Or you can use gluten-free beer. Just not White Claw. Don't do White Claw. That's stupid. All right, so now we're getting even more color. And we're getting more bits on the bottom of the pan. That's not burnt, okay, guys? This is not burnt. I don't know how well you can see that, but there we go. That's nice, pretty mealy brown bits. That's where all the goodness is. You don't want to like think that's burnt. It's not burnt. So now we're gonna just hit it with that. And what that's going to do is it's going to help to release all that yummy goodness. Oh, just that little tiny bit of orange zest just really brightens it up. Now, if you were going to make this for wild game, you would probably want to, throw in a little bit of berries, like blackberry or um, or lingonberry, which is a type of cranberry. Okay, so oh wow, okay, so that one is the vinegar. This one's a coffee, and this one is the apple juice or apple cider. All right. Now we're going to go for the brown sugar. I like to use the dark brown sugar. But if you don't have dark brown sugar, you can always just add some molasses to it. But don't go overboard because it will change the flavor profile. All right. Now, one of the things you don't want to do is you don't want to take your eyes off this pot, really, because it will burn and burn and burn. And next thing you know it, you got the stuff that's permanently stuck to the bottom of your pan. And you'll soak it for days and soak it for even, maybe even a week and soak it forever. And it's just not getting any cleaner, no matter what you do. I mean, I even tried boiling it off and with Dawn dish soap and baking soda, I think is what it is. Okay. We're going to add some honey to it. This is going to help with the thickening process. So I usually put about a quarter cup. And then a quarter cup of the maple syrup. And again, don't use the cheap pancake syrup. Quarter cup of that. This stuff is so delicious. I can't even find it anymore. This is what I hate about Costco is not ever. You find something that you absolutely adore, and then you go back a week later and it's gone, totally gone. It's kind of annoying. Hi, Leroy. All right, so we're going to let that boil down. Yes, brown sugar, honey, and maple. I just got the cheap stuff because I didn't go over to the farmer's market to go get some local stuff. I just didn't have time. I was running behind today between the waterfall and the media room and everything else going on. I just didn't get a chance to stop there. So use a good quality one. Local is always really great. But this one is, let's see here. Where did I put it? Oh, here it is. It says raw and unfiltered honey, and it's organic. Yeah, let's see here. Shared ideas to do mini series like Fish Friday, Comfort Food, Soup and Sammy's, but with bougie twists. Yes, as a matter of fact, this bacon jam, I'm gonna do a fancy grilled cheese and tomato soup, what I usually do with it is I will use like three or four different kinds of cheese on a really nice sourdough bread, and with a fried green tomato, and then the bacon jam, and it's just to die for. So I told Derek all about that sandwich, and he was like, I could hear him drooling through text message. It was pretty funny. All right, so this thing's doing its thing. I'll try not to breathe over the top of it. And let's see, macaroni salad. It's kind of a funny story about macaroni salad. Some of my family is from Hawaii, and in Hawaii they serve macaroni salad with everything. You even go to McDonald's and you get like a number one or something like that, and you get a side of macaroni salad. Macaroni salad's like a big thing. I don't understand why. So seriously, Sophie. Yeah, let's see. Should probably get myself a spoons. I always forget to take spoons with me. Two of them. Okay. Normally I have a big thing of tasting spoons that I keep in a container, but I think they're floating around in my car somewhere. Oh, I'm sorry, Sophie. So sorry about your grandmother. Okay, so this is boiling. And even if you accidentally put too much liquid in, it's not that big of a deal. Whoops. Yeah, let's just trip over my rug. It's not that big of a deal. All you have to do is just let it go for a little bit longer on the stove. So if you think that you got too much liquid, not a problem. Just boil it off. It'll be fine. Yes, TRP. I've got a lot of tattoos. I've spent 58 hours in a tattoo chair on both of these. And I don't know how well we can see this. Let me trip over the 30-pound cat. Oh, goodness gracious. I'm sorry. So this one's all food. There's a salmon head, a baby octopus, a spot prawn. There's also some hidden things in here. Oh yeah, a Swedish fish, a bumblebee. This thing here is not chicken tenders. It's a Buddha's hand, which is part of the citron family. Oh Jesus criminy, Leroy, crying out loud! And then this one here is my dead cat George, Mount Rainier, my koi mermaid, koi fish flowers. And I got one on my leg, but I'm not taking my pants off. Oh, thank you, Sophie. I wanted to go with something that was more like vintage Cooks Illustrated with this, so that they were kind of muted tones with no oversaturation. I actually had to have this part redone because I was on the saute station one day, and I got splashed back from the pan and ended up getting second-degree burn on my arm. It was pretty large. It was about that big. It just basically just took out this whole eggplant right there. Yes, that's it, Tiger. Yes, OnlyFans. Nobody wants to see this naked anyway, so. Yeah, the next tattoo that I want to get is um, I don't know if you guys ever really watched the Munsters, but Lily Munster used to wear this bat pendant, and I want to get the bat pendant on my chest and go up my collarbone with some Victorian lace. And then the other one is the poem, The Owl and the Pussycat. I want that whole thing. I want a whole montage on my back. And the other leg that doesn't have anything on it, I want to do the Three Flavors of Cornetto trilogy, which is Shaun of the Dead, Hot Fuzz, and The World's End, all little bits and pieces from that movie. Those three movies, actually. Hey, Alfred, how's your trip to the North Pole, bud? Hope everything's thawed out. Okay, so this is still going. I don't want to crank the heat up too much. Let's see here. Oh, cool, Alfred. What you have for dinner? Where did you go? What did you order? How good was it? How bad was it? Was the service good? Did you have good drinks? Oh, I love poutine. Okay, so one of the ways that you test it is you dip a spoon in it and you hold it up right just like that and you draw your finger through it. If it drips down in between, it's not done. And this one's not done, it's dripping. So it's got a little ways more to go. Hi.
I'm back.
You're back. Welcome back, Timmy. Alfred's in the channel.
I heard.
You heard.
Alfred.
Nobody saw him. You guys didn't see him. He's just,
Mirrors and smoke.
he's our ghost. But yes, this is a 124-year-old house. We actually do have a ghost in this house. We see it from time to time, and it's a little bit alarming because he just stands there and stares at us. Also, we find things. One time we had a house sitter, and we tried to take a vacation, but Timmy broke his foot the morning we left. Poor thing. So he tried to suffer through our 3-day weekend. Now, when I say vacation, it was a 3-day weekend. He tried to suffer through having a broken ankle for 3 days just so that I would actually have a 3-day vacation for my birthday. We were supposed to go for a motorcycle ride, but instead we ended up having to take the Kia Soul. So, and the house sitter sent me a text message. Dude, your house is haunted. And I'm like, what do you mean by that? Just pretending to be stupid. I just went outside to have a cigarette and I came back in and all the lower cabinet doors are open. I'm like, oh, never seen that before. Well, actually I have, but I was just messing with him. So if Fat Kid is watching this, hey, Fat Kid. Fat Kid was my sous chef. Very, very dear friend of mine. Maybe one of these days I'll get him to come on and we'll actually butcher something. Show you guys how to cut down primals. Okay, so we're starting to get thickened up here. Ooh, that is a little on the sticky side. All right, let's take a looky here. No, we're dripping still. It's pretty close though. Okay, so because this is sugary, you don't want to, you have to be careful because you can end up burning your mouth. Wow. So what I'm really tasting, first off, is the maple, and then it shifts to the orange, and then you can taste the salty, smoky bacon a little bit. But it's not there yet. Get rid of that spoon. Yes, don't aggravate the ghost. So, Tim burning white candles could help the energy from him. Well, you know, need to know what? Is it a colonial era ghost? No. We live in a historic mining town of about 560 people. There's no stop signs or stop lights out here to be seen. We have bears, we've got wolves, we've got cougars, coyotes, skunks, whatever, deer, elk. We see it all. Sometimes a random cow that has escaped its fencing. And there was a really bad explosion in town. I don't have all of the details, or at least I can't remember all of the details, but a whole bunch of people died in the mine. And there's a big memorial at one of the cemeteries. So maybe what I'll do is I'll run up to the cemetery and do a video when the weather's nicer. But it's not colonial era. It's late 1800s. This house was built in 1900. We have not done anything with the kitchen. The kitchen hasn't been remodeled since probably the 1940s, 1950s. And this here used to be a trash burner. There used to be a trash burner here. That's why there's a plate stuck up to the brick here to vent out. And yeah, well, it was also a trash burner, but it'd be kind of nice to be able to find, the exact one that used to sit right here. But for right now, it holds some of my cookbooks and my beautiful Bosch mixer and proofer and the knife set I never use or rarely ever use. It's one of those, $500 purchases that about 3 months into it, I was like, you know what? I'm not really all that fond of these knives. So that was my big spend, big impulse spend. There's times when I love Costco, and then there's times when I just absolutely hate it. Okay, so we are reduced to about almost half. So we're going to just let that do its thing some more. So would everybody like to learn how to make donuts? Some of the names, some of the original people, their grandchildren and great grandchildren still live in some of the original homes. One of the families is Pololi. He was literally the last coal miner for this area, and he lived a few doors down, but he passed, I think, 4 or 5 years ago. His son lived down the road. He died about 10 years ago. Daughter lives a couple houses down, and I think it was the original house that the Pololis owned. I think, I don't know. But I don't know if you can hear all that pretty sounds, but it almost sounds like bubbling and gurgling over here. And we are still reducing. I'm kind of rushing through this because normally this takes about 3 or 4 hours. I'm sorry about coughing in your ear. Usually this takes about 3 or 4 hours. Best thing to do is set it and forget it in a crock pot after you get the bacon and onions all cooked down. Then just throw it into a crock pot, set it on high, and just let it do its thing for a few hours. Just periodically go and check on it and see how it's doing. Push it around a little bit because, like I said, molten lava, there's nothing that quite ruins your day like burnt balsamic in the bottom of your pan, or burnt sugar with balsamic even. It's just gross. I've had to throw away a lot of pans in my day. Sometimes I just forget all about it. Oh, I had something on the stove while the smoke detectors are all going off, and one of my parrots in the other room is screeching and making the smoke detector noise. One of these days, I'll have to get him out and put him up on cam. We could stick his little perch over here, and he can sit there and stare at the camera. You guys could just go, "Oh, he's so cute," but he's really a dick. Yes, Derek, Alfred, I absolutely adore oxtail. My dad used to make this braised oxtail dish with mung beans, and then he would serve it over the top of rice. It's a little bit different than what your wife cooked, but oh my God, it's one of the things that I wish I would have learned how to make before my father died. Because there's times when I was watching that, I kind of got a little bit teary-eyed, and I started craving my dad's mung bean and oxtail stew. And it's kind of like adobo, but not really adobo. And it was served over rice. Freaking love mung bean. It's not something that you see on menus. Highly underutilized ingredient. Maybe it's because it doesn't appeal to the bougie crowd. Okay, so we are reduced down to 3/4, so we're almost there. We're gonna just splash a little bit of this in there right now. Just give it half for now. Now the honey will help to thicken it, but also adding just that little touch of the orange zest will provide enough pectin to be able to help get it to seize up more, so it is more like a jelly. I probably got too big of an orange. Maybe get a smaller orange, or just use half of it, half of the zest from the orange, because it might be a little too much. But then again, what we're gonna do with it is grilled cheese sandwiches and little goat cheese appetizers, and I'll demonstrate that in just a few moments. As soon as we get this going, one of the things that you could do is to speed up the cooling process. Is you could dump it into a bowl, get a larger bowl with some salt water and a bunch of ice cubes, and you just put the bowl in it with this in there and just keep stirring it around. And sometimes you have to refill the bowl a couple times to get it to cool down faster. Or if you have an actual ice wand, you could do that too. Wow, this is just looking gorgeous. Let me see if I could find a spoon. Spoony spoon. Oh, this will work. Anyway, so this is where we're at right now. Might as well just test it, see how it's doing. And it's still dribbling down, so not quite there yet. Not quite there. All right. Yes, boiling ice. Let's see here. Alfred ate all the oxtail and blamed Andy and I for eating it. Well, I bet you there's just a slight bit of truth to that, Derek. I bet you all three of you guys were just sitting there, just stuffing your faces with it. Around here, we blame the dog and the cat. Yeah, let's see here. What else do we have? Yeah, it's the truth, right, Derek? Yeah, you know it. You know it. You know it. Man, I'm gonna have fun cleaning this up tomorrow. What is she going on about? Well, you want to take her back out? She's gonna just play the game. I want out. I want back in. I want out. I want back in. I want you to get pneumonia, Dad. I want back in. Okay, careful. All right. Smelling really good, guys. Smelling really, really, really good. But Andy did save the rice fiasco. Yeah, I wish you guys could have heard what I was saying about the rice. I was kind of laughing because it's like my I would be disowned by my family if I couldn't cook a proper thing of rice. And what I usually do is I use one of these. It's one of the Le Creuset knockoffs. And what you do is you rinse your rice out, you put it in there, and then you hold your pinky finger onto the top of the rice, and then you fill it up to right there to this knuckle. Fill it up with water to that knuckle, and you'll be fine. Perfect rice every single time. Old trick. And you get it to boil, and then you turn it down to low, put a tight lid on it, and let it do its thing for about 30 minutes. Or if you're just not confident in that enough, you can also just do one part rice to 1.5 parts water. And if that's just there's no shame in using rice cookers. I've got a rice cooker, I think. Yeah, I do have a rice cooker. I just don't know where it's at. And there's no shame in that. So don't feel like I'm bashing people for not being able to cook rice or boo-booing up the rice. I mean, it happens. One time I had a medical emergency at work and I had a pot of rice on the stove. Had to go deal with the medical emergency out in the dining room, and came back and the rice was just totally burnt. I didn't get a chance to turn it off. I had to go and deal with the emergency, which sucked because it's like burnt rice smells so bad. Yes, go and watch her video. That video is so awesome. That was the night of that was the night of that was Christmas Eve, right? Christmas Eve? Yeah, it was right after the parade. And if you haven't seen the parade video, which you should, you need to go check it out. Okay, so this is where we're at. It's pretty tacky. See, it's starting to get tacky. Still drippy. Oh, that bacon flavor is really coming out. Now I'm starting to taste the honey notes. All right. Now that we've gotten to that point, we're going to dump the rest of that in there. And go get rid of my dirty dishes and whatnots. Don't want to run away with that yet. Actually, I want to keep that. Get rid of the dirties. Be right back. So here at the sink. Can't wait till we can actually have multiple cameras. I'm sorry that this is so amateurish. We're kind of doing this on a budget. I'm on hiatus from my job. Although I did have an interview the other day and it went really, really, really well. I'm really hoping for this to come through. I really want this one. It's just a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful luxury retirement community. And I'll pretty much have still have time to be able to do some videos, talk about my day, talk about your, you guys can tell me about your day. Okay, so now we're going to turn it down a little bit because it's getting a little agitated here because of that vinegar. Ow, ow. Okay, so I've already burnt myself once. So I'm going to turn it down. Let's see here. New equipment is coming. Oh, we do? We have new equipment coming? What are we getting? What am I getting? What's baby girl getting? I like toys. Yeah, because we're not really not really wanting to do this all nice and prim and polished or anything. We want to be able to make it so that it's casual, like you're actually standing in my kitchen and we're hanging out around the table and just chit-chatting and whatnot, and watching food cook. And okay, so anyway, I grabbed the stone ground mustard. Sometimes I like to put just a smidge in. Other times I don't. It's a different kind of acid. I think this time I am going to put a smidge. And what I usually do is, for that amount, it's 1 tablespoon. And you're going to see a lot of different recipes out there that wants this and wants that, and you'll probably see some with ingredients that I don't have. And that's okay because everybody's got their own little recipe. And even if you accidentally screw up, and okay, we're going to turn it down to a 2 now because it's really getting thick. Let me get a spoon so I can show y'all what I mean. And it's just, oh God, the smell is just freaking amazing. So this is what it's starting to look like. It's really starting to thicken up, and you can really smell the onions now. The onions are now coming forward. We're going to be taking this off the stove very soon. Yeah, this is gorgeous. Ow, I just burnt my finger. See how nice and beautiful that is. Now, it's up to you if you want to put it through a food processor. Thankfully, I got a spare base. What happened was I think I was doing baking, and I had tripped over the cat while I was carrying the food processor. The whole thing goes flying across the kitchen. Wreck-It Ralph here is like so accident prone, it's not even funny. But this was actually kind of funny because every year around the holidays, I break a food processor, or at least almost every year. So I just needed the bowl because I broke the bowl. And Timmy tried to order me a new bowl, and he found one on eBay. But when it came, we got a whole unit. So now I got a whole base, which is cool because, this one, the on-off switch broke. The only way around it is to, reach over and unplug it. But anyway, back to that. Now that I've taken you on a long journey through food processor and almost forgot why I was telling you about the food processor, is that it's entirely up to you if you want to pulse this up or leave it nice and chunky. Six of one, half dozen of the other to me. It's like sometimes I like it nice and fine, but other times, I like that nice rustic look to it. And there we go. Look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? And it's starting to stick to the ow, 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 ow. Okay, so that was stupid. I don't know why I did that. Yeah, that was a great idea, Sibby. Ow, burnt my tongue. Okay, so now the onions are very, very, very prominent here. And wow, that's just, oh, ow, still hot. Ow. So we're looking for that syrupy texture to it. So we're just going to stir it around a little bit here and there, here and there. And it looks like my cutting board is over there. So let's just flip this one over. The clean countertop anyway. So flip that there. Flip that over there. Flip that over there. And all right. So what am I doing? All right. Move this over here. Move this over here. Actually, let's see. I really wish that we didn't eat all of that smoked salmon dip, because this would be a really, really gorgeous board. So anyway, squizzy of that there. Grab it and swipe. Sorry. Wow, that's really thick. Okay. So what I got here is a soft goat cheese, garlic and herb, and then a blueberry lemonade goat cheese. Malt chevre. This is Primo Taglio, which I think is Safeway, Kroger brand or some such. I don't know. Oops, those are forks. Those are spoons. Spoons. All right, set that right there. Sourdough baguette. Where'd my apple go? There it is. Give it a wash. Have to give it a wash. Always wash your fruit. All right. Oh yeah. Oh, so gorgeous. That's so gorgeous. So gorgeous. Okay, so apple. Slicey. Slicey. One. And yet another one. Okay. Go. Now. Oops. So this is just a red delicious apple. It's apple season in Washington State. Now, if you really want to blow this out of the park, you could use opal apples, which are, I believe, from Idaho. Come on, stay put. All right, I need a 12-year-old to show me how to open these damn things. There we go. All right. It's worse than stereo instructions. There we go. All right, I got it. All right. Put that right there. Now, I'm going to take a little bit of this, a spoonful. Stuff a little bit goes a long way. What we're going to do is we're going to make some quenelles. And, oh, shit. Okay. Maybe we're not. Maybe we'll just fake it. Should have left this out. It's been so much easier. So let's set room temperature a little bit and knock the chill off a little. So you just basically just kind of move it around, move it around, move it around. That sucked. Okay. You know what? Screw that. I'm just going to just do it the easy way. Blah. So when I'm working on plating, I like to start in the middle of the plate for these sort of things and then build outward. I don't want to do like a type of what's called bookending, where you got cheese on one side, cheese on the other side. I like to, offset it so that it's asymmetrical. I don't know if it's my OCD that makes me want to be asymmetrical, because if it's perfectly symmetrical, it just doesn't look right to me, and I stress out over it. So this one here is going to be the garlic herb. Oh, this one's a lot softer. Sometimes these things are just kind of, this isn't normally the brand that I would use. So I'm going to go over here instead. I'm kind of making a V pattern of sorts. And the reason why is because it always looks nicer that way. So we're just going to break this up, chunk it up as best as you can. I mean, it's a soft cheese. So there we go. Go. Just like so. Now, come over here. So this is stirry stir. Now, when this cools off completely, it's going to be more solid like a jelly. But I want to at least, give you some plating ideas. This would be a really cool little game time sort of, game day sort of appetizer if you wish. All right, that right there. Oh, I gotta lick you the spoon. Oh my god, that blueberry one is so good. Almost tastes like a cheesecake. Okay. So then, with the sourdough baguette, now one of the other things that you could do is put some meats, dried fruits, and nuts. I didn't go overboard because I'd be the only one that'd be eating the dried fruits and nuts. Timmy's not so much of a nut person. Okay, so we cut our bread on the bias. Do it pretty thin. What I like to do is grill it, but unfortunately, I don't have a grill here. It's outside, and I'm not going to go stand out in the cold to grill bread. Take me forever to do that. Although in the summertime, I'm hoping to really, really knock it out of the park. I'm going to show you my smokers. And we'll do some smoked meats, do some things with some primals to cut down to show you how to cut down primals so that you could save your family some money. Okay, it's probably just too much. And there we go. We're going to put one over here as an example. Okay, so what we're going to do is I'll just do this because I want to make sure that I get a picture. I love pictures. So my camera that I use is a Nikon. I also have a Sony as well, but in love with my Nikon right now. Actually, I'm having kind of a love-hate relationship with it. Okay, so we take that. Now, some of the things that you could put on top of this, besides just that, and some of the stuff is you could use pepitas or crushed hazelnuts or chopped pecans. Chopped candy pecans would be really good, but might be a little too sweet. So I would probably stick with the other stuff. Okay, so I just want to show you what this looks like. I'm going to come over here. I'm going to grab a spoonful of it, and we're just going to drizzle it over the top. And unfortunately, I'm all out of nuts. So there's that. Wow, that is gorgeous. This is going to be beautiful. It does need a little bit longer, though. It's really hot. Okay. How are we doing? Yes, thank you, Timmy. It is my OCD. Thank you, Alfred. Thank you for stopping by. I'm going to show this board off. Hey. Thank you. Thank you very much, Tiger. Anybody have any questions about this? It's still going, so I'm just going to let it do its thing. Like I said, crock pot, 3-4 hours, done. And you don't have to, babysit it like I had to. Also some nice pickled, pickled vegetables. Pickled vegetables. Where's my tongs? Tongs must be in the dishwasher. All right. Plating tongs. All right. So, oh crap! There's a shepherd's pie on top. Oh, there's my tongs right there. Duh. Look at that. We're special. All right. Oops. Come here, you. Come here, Pickle. So I have to run around tomorrow or Sunday. I got to make sure that my gal pal, my former bartender, used to be my bartender. She and her son want pickled red onions really bad. Like I said, the funny story about how they all stole all the pickled red onions. Okay, so you could then take that, put it right there, and then just take the rest and just kind of stick them someplace. But don't make it symmetrical. Please don't. But please feel free to make this and throw your own little creation on it. Make it your own. Own it. Have fun with it. and take a picture and share it. I'd love to see what you've done, because you don't always have to look the same as this. So there we go. Bring the board back over here. See how that just made it pop even more, especially with that. I probably should have stuck it over with the garlic and herb one instead, because now we got purple and pink. But that's just me. So there's that. How are we doing? Awesome. Let's see here. Where do they share it? Share what? What are we sharing? I'm not sharing this. This is my dinner. Yeah, see how it's stuck to the spoon? It's almost ready. Oh, the dishwasher's playing music. Hooray. All right. So there we go. It really smells beautiful in here. Would you like to try one, Timmy?
Not at the moment.
Not at the moment? Okay. Oh, yeah, my Discord. I gotta figure out how to make it public. I'm still not done working on it yet. So if you want, you can send me an email with the picture, chefcivvy@gmail.com. I'm in heaven. Yes, and share it on the Food Boat Discord. This was a special request from Derek. And I love special requests. So if there's something that you would like to know how to make, I'm more than happy to see if I can oblige, as long as it doesn't have crab, lobster, or sea urchin in it. We don't want to send me to the hospital. Not worth it. Yes, our ghost just passed by the camera. He's wearing a Food Boat shirt. That's kind of weird. I don't know how that happened. So, yes, viral content indeed, Tiger. All right. So, apples are a little goofy. I usually like to have them fanned out nice and prettier than that. There we go. There. Ha! Yay. Okay. Yes, he's on payroll. The only thing that he gets paid in is food. Gosh, I wish you could smell this. This is just freaking amazing. How's it smell, Timmy?
Funny.
Sorry. Couldn't help myself on that one, Timmy. Timmy has no sense of smell. He had sinus surgery a long time ago, and they screwed everything up, and so he has no sense of smell. Every once in a while, he could smell something, but it's very faint. So it has to be something that's really pungent before he notices it. So, kind of lucky in that regard, because, man, dog farts, oh God, they're just horrible. Dog farts are gross. I don't like dog farts. Thank you, Sophie. So we were talking about possibility of doing a bunch of showdowns with, God, there's a bug in here, doing some mystery box challenges where we can challenge somebody, one of either Mike or Mason or Derek or me, to a cook-off. Of course, I don't know how we would work that so that it can be simulcast, so you can watch it that way. Be able to pick it up either on, Food Boat or maybe see if Andy might want to get in on it too. or Alfred or Joe. Mm. God dang it, that is so good. Huh? Yep, it is. Let's see, do I have a bowl big enough? Not there. And right there. All right, so we're going to transfer this to the bowl. And Munchie Mafia is coming up on that time. And I just want to leave you with a little pearl of wisdom here. The irony of life is nobody gets out of it alive, but there's always beauty in food. So cook your food with love and eat it with passion. Until next time, love you long time. Good night. Holy hell, this is good.